Welcome to Evolution Revolution TV. I am so thrilled to have you with us today. My name is Susan Allan, and I just am so excited. Today is our special all-day event in Santa Barbara, California, with the extraordinary Howard Wills. And we have been waiting for a year and a half to see him in Santa Barbara again. So this is part A, the first show, and we are doing a second show, and then Howard will be at Center of the Heart this evening as well. So let me tell you a little bit about me, because Howard asked me to. I am the founder of the Marriage Forum and Heartspace Solutions. So if you have any relationship issues, if there's tension, if there's drama, if you don't know how to calm yourself and calm your partners, if you don't know how to create more peace, and if you don't know how to find the right partner, somebody in the audience knows what I'm talking about, and found a fabulous partner, call me. Now, let me welcome Howard. Welcome back to Santa Barbara. We've missed you.
Nice to be here. Thank you so much, Susan.
Great. Now let me tell you.
Looking forward to this.
Yes, yes. My goodness. Howard has been an instrument of the light for 40 years. And for 40 years, he's been working with people in silence and disappearing the most horrendous and horrific symptoms, pain, suffering, and illness. We have a few people on our show today in the studio audience who have experienced this, and I certainly have. I was ill for my entire life for 56 years until I met Howard. I only met Howard because thanks to my dear friend and his, Ranjit Sivaprakasam, I was somewhere with Ranjit. He said, "Oh, you don't know Howard? Oh, he could probably solve that like this." And you'll watch the show, you'll know what we mean. So from the minute that Howard worked on me, my allergies and my asthma began to disappear. I had not breathed normally for 56 years, and that was 10 years ago. Imagine. So welcome, welcome, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you, Susan.
Yes. Now, let us begin today, I think, with Christine DiBerardino, who was a dear friend of mine. Now she became a dear friend through a desire to meet Howard. And she was on the show about 3 years ago, and we're going to let Christine tell us. So if you'd go to the mic and just make sure you're about this far away from the mic. Okay?
Thank you. It's exciting to be here. Missed you, Howard. I'm standing here, so I know it worked. When I tell this story, people still have trouble believing. And if I wasn't standing here, I would have trouble believing. When I met Howard, it was September 19th, 2013. I was in the middle of treatment for stage 4 ovarian cancer. My first phone conversation with Susan was her telling me that I couldn't give any credence to the disease, that I had to start claiming that every cell in my body was radiantly healthy. That was about a month before meeting Howard. That began to make a shift. I, to this day, will not say I have or I had even. Sometimes it's a little tricky, especially when you're talking to the medical professions. But I began to say the doctors call it stage 4 ovarian cancer. And they didn't say you're going to die, because they don't do that exactly. But I remember an ER visit, and the ER doctor said, we can start palliative care, and my mother was like blown away. She goes, "It's not up to him. It's not up to him." And it wasn't encouraging, and I was scared. And I still did the chemo. I did the 6 rounds of chemo. But when I had the surgery and I was on the phone with Howard a couple months after finishing chemo, I was on the phone with Howard the night before they were going in to do surgery for a hysterectomy. And the doctor said, we don't know if we're going to have to cut you wide open because we don't know what we're going to find. Because the deal was 6 rounds of chemo, surgery, then probably radiation. When they went in to look around, they didn't find any cancer. They found dead cancer cells. And I knew that. I knew that when Howard worked on me in the show, I don't know if I knew it then. I just knew I walked out of here blissed out. Like I was not even walking on the ground when I left here that day after 57 minutes with Howard, never meeting him before in my life. And then I went to Center of the Heart that night, and that night I knew I was healed. I couldn't walk around and tell people that because I thought they're going to think I'm crazy, you know. But my friends and family and people have watched this, and I'm here. And I'm remarkably well, and I'm remarkably grateful. I continue to listen to Body Fantastic when I sleep at night. I did that when I was going through treatment as well. I have the prayers. I have like a 7-line version that I do, and I did it while we were sitting here waiting for the show to start. I do it constantly. I do it when I'm at work, and I love my new job. I work at the Breast Cancer Resource Center.
Wow.
And one of the clients I invited, she'll be here later. Again, I had to be careful. I can't walk in and go, oh, this man's going to heal you, you know. Like, I was thinking probably my job would be on the line. But actually, coworkers are coming tonight to Center of the Heart. People, my boss is really open. I don't think she'll be there tonight, but people are really open and receptive. And I know that when you're open and receptive, the healing will happen. I think the healing will happen whether they're open and receptive
Yes.
anyway.
Yes.
But, you know, you got to put yourself in the place to receive. So
Thank
I'm
you.
just really,
Thank
really,
you
really
so much.
grateful. Thank you so much. And it's all about forgiveness.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah, and prayer. Yeah.
And Christine did a beautiful video testimonial that's on YouTube. And if you go to youtube.com/Susan Allan 2001, make sure you spell my name properly. You'll see all the videos with Howard from the previous shows, and you'll see this beautiful, beautiful testimonial from Christine that describes every aspect of it. And it's just really wonderful to see this. Shall we call on Ross next?
Yeah.
Okay, if you would. And equally thrilling.
Our first experience with Howard was 6 years ago when my wife needed shoulder surgery. 2 orthopedics had said that it was necessary. And Susan introduced us to Howard. And Howard, I hope it's okay. Only 30 minutes later, Connie's shoulder hasn't hurt in 6 years. And of course, she didn't have the surgery.
But where were you when this happened?
Living in Mexico.
And where was I?
You were in Hawaii?
Yeah.
Yeah. But the biggest thrill for our family to date has been a different situation. In 2013, my wife's youngest was pregnant, and the baby was diagnosed with XXX, which can lead to some severe learning disabilities. Needless to say, it was a very difficult period of time, this pregnancy. And we got Howard involved, and we asked him to work on the baby in vitro. And of course he did. The baby was born February 14, in 2014, and within 6 months, the doctor said that there was no need to ever discuss XXX again because the baby had no symptoms. The baby is an incredible 28-month-old, happy, healthy, bright, beautiful baby. And our
great.
family can't thank you enough for that. Thank you.
Yay! And
Thank you.
any of you watching this show around the world, any of you here today, I can share so many of these stories with you. You would not believe it. You know, when people call me, they are my clients or my friends or my family, whatever. I don't even, waste a minute. Please, go to Howard's website. Here's the phone number. Do this. Do this today. If you don't find that this is the best result in the world, you can always do what you were going to do. The doctors are always going to be there. It's like with me. If you want to go to court and fight with your spouse, you can always do that. But, give me a chance first, right? In my field. So why would you look for the most painful, excruciating, expensive, and on top of it, we know that most medical treatment has some side effect. That's the incredible thing. When Howard works on us, it's like he turns back time. Before the injury, before the illness, before the broken bone, before aging set in, it's really that incredible. So I know that we have requests for 3 kinds of healing. Would you like to call on any of the people here at your leisure? I know that Ross brought his stepdaughter with him. She has a really painful wrist injury, really painful. I know that. I know that Ross would love to have his perfect hearing back again. I know that you worked on Bernard in Ojai a few years ago, and at that time, I watched the scoliosis that he had been suffering with for so many years. I watched him sit up straight. I had never seen him sit up straight in my life. So that's an option. And, you know, there are other people here as well. And of course, Andrew, you know, she's back there.
Yep.
And Bruce, you know.
Yep.
So it's your show.
You know,
do what you'd like.
I thought it was. I don't traditionally. I've never really asked for testimonials, and I don't have any testimonials on my website, and I don't, you know, advertise any testimonials or anything like that because this work kind of speaks for itself. So you don't really have to, you know, say anything about it because people will find out and they want to experience it. And I know that you want Adam is going to speak in the second show today.
That's right, yeah.
But I was wondering, could he tell everybody what happened to
Of
him
course.
right now? Why don't you stand up here,
Absolutely.
Adam? Because
Absolutely.
Adam's story
Whatever you
is
say.
very interesting. He's a person that had diabetes too, right?
Mm-hmm.
And how much of your life did you have it?
I had it for a long time, we think, but it was never diagnosed properly.
Yeah.
And it was something that you picked up on it right away, that I had probably had it for quite a while. And it was recently, right before I met you, and I had met you a little before that,
Yes.
and I had called you and I said, gosh, I got this diabetes thing. What the heck do I do?
And
You
I
said- you
instantly said,
I have a show coming up with Howard.
oh,
I have a show coming up with Howard. You need to be here. You saved my life. I was going downhill very fast. My A1Cs are climbing. I was out of control with my sugars. I didn't know what to do. I was eating properly. I was doing everything I should have been doing. But for some reason, my body just wasn't responding to my self-treatment. I got on the metformin and all these other drugs, and nothing was working. Nothing. There's nothing worse than taking a pill that's the size of a horse pill, and when you take it, you know it's poisoning you, and you know it was engineered to keep you poisoned. And what you did, just within a couple minutes, it put an energy through me that I can't explain to people. I tried to go home and explain it to my wife. She didn't understand it at all.
but they can watch you
But
on the
she
video.
can watch me on the video and she can see things. Even some of my alternative medicine guys are like, what happened here? You were over here last week. Your A1Cs were at a 7.5. I said, take my blood now. They took it out. It had dropped down to below 5.
And that was the day after the show, wasn't
Yeah.
it? Yeah.
It was just like that. And my MD looked at him and went, you don't have diabetes anymore. And I said, well, what do you think? He says, whatever you did, that worked. And I said, all right. He says, what'd you do? I said, you know what? You wouldn't believe me if I told you. You know? And he says, why wouldn't I believe you? I said, because you're my age and your brain is not power programmed like mine. So, but ever since then, you know, my blood sugar's been controlled. I have not had an episode where I go above 110, 115 with my blood sugars. And I get like a pig sometimes, I gotta admit. You know, but yeah, that's what you get for being a dad and being a Girl Scout leader. You know, you gotta eat things. You gotta show the girls how to eat, right? So, you know, it's been a ride.
Yeah.
It's been a ride, you know.
That's
And
great.
And, you notice things that come up in your body every now and then. I've noticed something recently, but but compared to what I did have, my goodness. And because of you, Howard, I completely changed my career path.
Look at there.
I went from doing local business marketing to alternative medicine.
Wow.
Brilliant.
I went into energy and frequency healings.
Brilliant.
Wow.
That's what I went into, and it's been a life-changing experience. So for that, I owe you both my life.
Thank you. Wow. Thank you. So
We'll let you keep it.
let me ask you something. Now, what is it that you've experienced recently?
Recently, I've been experiencing where I'd be at rest, sitting, working, or just, minding my own business, just, nothing particular. And I noticed that my heart would start beating very, very fast, up into the 140s. And there was no explanation for it. I'd never had high blood pressure before, never been diagnosed with it before. My usual heart rate's, between 70 and 80. Or even a little bit lower than that, but I'd just be sitting, and all of a sudden my whole chest would start to just feel like my heart was trying to jump out. And there were times where I said, "Okay, honey, call 911. We're not. You need to start thinking about this." And it happened the day before yesterday. And again, I was like, "Okay." Yesterday it happened, not as severe. Happened a little bit on my way up here, a little bit. I think that's because I felt you landed. So, because I came from Riverside up here, and 160 miles. You know what? It's worth every mile, every foot is worth it. And yeah, so I've been dealing with this, and it's. I'm afraid to take any medications. I'm afraid of what that will do. I called my MD and I told him about it, and he said, "Well, I don't know what to do. Go to the hospital." Okay, so they can put a little tag on my ankle or something, and just.
So instead you came here.
Instead, I came here.
Beautiful. Let's see what Howard can do.
So we're first off, we're forms of energy, and we're molecular structure. And molecular structure responds to intelligence. That's physics. So we're going to give you a little something very quickly, and this is for your heart, okay? Here's the first thing. What are you feeling?
Healing.
What's happening? to
Energy
you?
in my chest.
Energy's in your chest. What's it doing? One more time.
It's loosening up my. It's loosening. It's a feeling that's going all down through, up and down.
Now what's this?
Now it's going further down.
How are you feeling now standing there?
Like I can fly.
Ah,
I don't know if you've seen a rhinoceros fly or something. But,
Here's one more. This is for you. And this. And this. How do we feel now?
Incredible. Incredible. Just, there's no words.
How's your chest feel now?
Relieved. Relieved. Whew.
So everything comes from something, nothing comes from nothing. Okay? Everything comes from something, nothing comes from nothing. And yes, you are molecular structure, and yes, you are energy, but you are also intelligence, and you are a feeling. Your whole body is a feeling. And you are feeling and sensing what's inside of you and what you are right now. When you walked up there, you felt one way, now you feel a different way.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because you were de-stressed. The things that were creating that problem were released out of you through thought from 10 feet away.
See,
How you like that?
well, when you first walked into the studio today, my first instinct was to give you a hug.
Yeah, yeah.
Because ever since I met you, my mind has been confirmed. The strength of God is here, and He's right there. And the power of whatever relationship you have with the energies and with the Creator is, I can't quantify it. There's no way to quantify it. And for people watching, this is real. This is so incredibly real. It's
Yet
just
invisible.
invisible, but so amazing.
Etheric, invisible, but real.
Mm-hmm.
This is one last hit for you. You ready? What's this?
Before I start singing like Dick Van Dyke, you might want to There's that "Let's Go Fly a Kite" thing going on.
How you feeling now? How you feeling now?
Well, I got a kite in my car, so I'll be.
All right, so come closer. Now all that was dealing with your things, okay? And when you deal with the things that are creating the problems and you release them, it allows the light, the love of the light, the love of God to penetrate you, just like that. But we can also increase that. So we're going to increase that light or that love in Him right now, quickly, in seconds. So watch this. How are we feeling, Adam?
We're feeling good, Howard.
What do you know? What just happened?
I just had a whole lot of God put into my chest.
You did. How's your body feel now?
Well, if I was a football player, I'd be applying for the LA Rams right now. Make sure they have a nice winning season.
So these little
That
things,
feels so good.
yeah, these little things are like prayers and talking to God. You see, I'm making prayers and I'm speaking to God, and it helps me to focus on what I'm focusing on. That's what's happening. I'm not just snapping my fingers. I'm doing it with a certain intention
And,
and a
and
certain.
these are the prayers, by the way. You can download them for free at howardwills.com. And many of us do them every single day. And there's a particular system that Howard recommends. So again, either email them or email me and I'll tell you all about it.
Yeah, so there's the intelligence behind what you're witnessing is encoded in the words here of these prayers. This is the Transformational Concise Prayer Program. So when people go on my website, which is howardwills.com, you have to go to the box that says Prayers in Foreign Languages. And then you'll see Newest Prayers, Transformational Concise Prayer Program. You click on that. And we just wrote them in the last year, and they're short prayers, short, concise prayers. And you say them like 5 times in a row. That's a 6-second prayer. You say that 5 times, it cleanses your life. It takes 30, 35 seconds to do it. You don't have to do it piously, you just say the words. Second one is a generational. This is a personal cleansing prayer. This is generational. This one reads, God, for me, my family, our entire lineage, and all humanity throughout all time, past, present, and future. So actually, when you say this, you're cleansing every human being that's ever lived and ever will live, including you and your lineage. So it's a totally benevolent prayer. And when you say that, you're helping everybody, plus you and your lineage. You're cleansing them. And so it makes everybody kind of appreciate you more. Subconsciously, unconsciously, they treat you with a little more respect because actually you're doing everybody a favor. The third one here is the cleansing prayer for all humanity. And this one is just that. It's like 11-second prayer. You say these prayers like 5 times in a row. And it really creates tremendous release and transformation in your life, in your body, in your health, in your fortune, all that. The 2 prayers on the bottom can be said 5 times in a row or 3 times in a row. It doesn't matter, but it's like 3 times in a row would be the least I would suggest. You do it 3 times, do this one 3 times, do this one 3 times, do that one 3 times. But if you want a more full effect, and it's just like a few seconds longer, 5 times, 5 times, 5 times, 5 times, 5 times, 5 times. This is a practice. It's a spiritual practice. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's a 7-minute practice to do this page 5 times. If we can't do that, I mean, we need, if you want a better life, that's how you can have a better life. You can help yourself. I was told to write these prayers down and give them to the world free. So that's what I do. They're free to the world. They're in other languages, you know. And anybody can have them. You can put them in whatever book you want to put them in. You can publish books and put them into books with my permission. No problem. They're free to the world. They're to help the world. They're to help humanity. So these are, some of them are about cleansing and healing. Some of them are about cleansing and the promotion of the positive in your life. The back page here are 3 of the a little bit longer prayers. These prayers take about a minute each to say. You can say them like 3 times each. It's plenty. Every day. These should be done in the morning, in the afternoon, or at least once a day, 5 times, all of them. Do these like 3 times in a row. They promote health, good fortune, success, all these things. It literally transforms people's lives.
And let me tell you the prayer bounty story quickly, because
Yeah.
that's something that I've really focused on. When I first
you,
met
Allan.
Howard and I learned all about these prayers, I thought, well, you know, the prayer of bounty, that sounds like I better do that now. And I have a lot of clients who need to shift financial situations after divorce. So I thought, well, I might as well memorize it. I mean, if I have to repeat it, might as well memorize it. Because 4 in the morning, 3 in the morning, you're not turning on the lights. And that's when people tend often, if they're going through something difficult, to feel anxious. So I memorized it, and I cannot even tell you how often I put my focus on that. I think, oh, this would be a good time for me to get some money coming in. Okay. If I don't want to think about money all the time, at least I have to think of it sometimes, like the rest of us, right? So I do the prayer of bounty. I do it a lot in a 24-hour period. Maybe I do a lot in a 48-hour period. I definitely do it at night if I wake up. I definitely do it in the morning when I'm half asleep. And I usually tell Howard if something really interesting's happened as a result of our work together, because I'm the testimonial queen, and I believe that it helps people to really see this is possible. How often I have received 2 payments on exactly the same day cannot be a coincidence. And if I notice again and again and again that particularly this month and last month, the payments I received from clients were all multiple on a particular day. That's not a coincidence. For a business as small as mine, that's just weird, except it's a miracle. So we call it weird or a miracle. So if you're here or if you're watching from anywhere and you have a financial issue, I am telling you, the prayer of bounty has miraculous, miraculous results. And you want to really remember to do this. A lot of people hear Howard and then they forget all about it and they call me 6 months later and say, I don't really understand. I mean, it was working and now it's not working. Guess what? Howard's going to explain why something is working and then it stops working.
Yeah.
That's important.
Well, it works because they're doing the prayers, and then it quits working because they stopped doing the prayers.
Yay! Thank you.
And the thing is, you have to realize that we humans are transmitters and receivers. We're transmitting energy and thought and word all day long in a lot of directions. This person, that person, that person. Also, we're receiving thought from other people. And, you know, if somebody's jealous with you, if somebody's angry with you, somebody has ill will towards you, you're getting that energy. And you get that a few days in a row, and suddenly you feel like this. So that's why you clean yourself. This is just like taking a shower. I mean, if you don't take a shower for 3 days, how do you feel? Okay? If you don't take a shower for 2 days, how do you feel? If you take a shower every day, how do you feel? It's better, right? So, you know, water is cleansing. These prayers are cleansing. So it's very important to say the words. You want to peacemake, you know. It's very simple, like this personal cleansing prayer is 6 seconds. Listen to it and notice the effect that it has on you as you listen to it. And I'm going to use the word God because I don't want to dance around the daisies. I just want to put it out there, and God is real and God can help you. And you can call God by whatever name you want to call God. You know, it's better if you get bigger than trying to wrestle with the word God and just say, get over the semantics of having to wrestle with the word God or Lord or whatever you want to call it. God's a 3-letter word. Come on, people. It's not that hard. And it's not that big. And to understand God, you're going to have to study for the next 10,000 lifetimes, and you're still not going to understand it. So just surrender and have some faith, say the words, and watch what happens for you. But there's a protocol for speaking to God. You have to come before God just like you would a president or a king or queen. You have to say please and thank you when you speak to God. That's humble and grateful. That opens the gates and you're with God, just like that. It's that easy. Please and thank you. Humble yourself. Get over your arrogance. Humble yourself, please and thank you when you're speaking to God. And, oh, sure, we'd be glad to help you. And it's done. So listen to this little simple word. This little simple prayer is designed to cleanse you immediately and instantly. Okay? I'm going to read it one time and you notice what it says. Take 6 seconds, okay? I'm going to read it slowly. Might take 8 seconds. God, please help all people. Excuse me. God, please help me forgive all people. All people forgive me. Help us all forgive ourselves. Please, God, thank you, God, amen. Thank you, God, amen. God, please help me forgive all people. All people forgive me. Help us all forgive ourselves. Please, God, thank you, God, amen. Thank you, God, amen. God, please help me forgive all people. All people forgive me. Help us all forgive ourselves. Please, God, thank you, God, amen. Thank you, God, amen. God, please help me forgive all people. All people forgive me. Help us all forgive ourselves. Please, God, thank you, God, amen. Thank you, God, amen. God, please help me forgive all people. All people forgive me. Help us all forgive ourselves. Please, God, thank you, God, amen. Thank you, God, amen. Fill us with your love and give us all peace. Please, God, thank you, God, amen. Thank you, God, amen. Now, how does that feel?
Wonderful.
It took less than a minute. It took less than a minute. How does it feel? How does it feel? How does it feel to you? Comfortable. How does it feel?
Relaxing.
Relaxing. How does it feel?
Same, relaxing.
How does it feel, Ranjit?
Sort of an energy shift.
Energy. Shift in energy. Yeah. It's decompressing you. That's what Adam just experienced. When we made those prayers for Adam in silence, he was decompressed and the pressure in his chest was released and he felt like a new person, floating. It just happened for everybody on the TV, just listening to this. If you say it every day, like 5 times in the morning, 5 times in the afternoon, that's like a minute. You help yourself.
And speaking of time, because I think we have
Yes.
about 20 minutes left, that's
Okay.
all. And perhaps you want to work on the group, and while we do that, I can tell them,
I
some
will.
miracles.
There's one more prayer that I
Okay.
want to say.
Of course.
this is another very important prayer for people to help themselves in their lives. And that's the generational cleansing prayer. It's the second one up here on the top. They're all important, really, because they all do different things. But this one is a totally benevolent prayer because you're including all of humanity. That's every human that ever lived and ever will live in this prayer. It takes 12 seconds at the most, and you've cleansed everybody throughout all time. I'm going to read it 3 times, and you see the effect of it. It's 36 seconds. Okay? God, for me, my family, our entire lineage, and all humanity throughout all time, past, present, and future, please help us all forgive each other, forgive ourselves, forgive all people, and all people forgive us completely and totally now and forever. Please, God, thank you, God, amen. Thank you, God, amen. God, for me, my family, our entire lineage, and all humanity throughout all time, past, present, and future, please help us all forgive each other, forgive ourselves, forgive all people, and all people forgive us completely and totally now and forever. Please, God, thank you, God, amen. Thank you, God, amen. God, for me, my family, our entire lineage, and all humanity throughout all time, past, present, and future, please help us all forgive each other, forgive ourselves, forgive all people forgive us completely and totally now and forever. Please, God, thank you, God, amen. Thank you, God, amen. Fill us all with your love and give us all peace throughout all time. Please, God, thank you, God, amen. Thank you, God, amen. It's 3 times. What is it, 40 seconds? 52 seconds. 52 seconds with all the other garnish added in. So, how do you feel, Arno?
I feel wonderful, and I smell the air. The air smells sweet.
Mm-hmm. And how do you feel?
It's freeing.
Freeing. How do you feel?
I feel light, and I feel like the volume went up and allowed the lightness to come.
Yeah. That was for everybody that ever lived and ever will live, past, present, and future. So when you do that prayer, you're helping yourself, but you're helping everybody else. You're cleaning the etheric reality of our planet and of our solar system, our galaxy. You're helping. So it's a very, very important spiritual practice to do that. And it will bring huge benefit to anybody that does it and help everybody else and put you in the good graces of everyone by doing it. How you feel, Susan?
Fabulous.
Thank you.
Fabulous.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We just wanted to share those. It's very simple.
Yeah.
It's a simple way to help ourselves. It doesn't cost a penny. You can do it. You can help yourself. It's
And
right there. It
let's-
works.
Let me just say that the CDs, one of the CDs, The Body Fantastic, is playing 24/7 on my iPod in my bedroom. The other one with the audible prayers is in my car. Every time I turn on my car, I turn on Howard. It's just weird. I feel like I'm seeing Howard all the time. I haven't seen him now in a year and a half because I hear his voice in my car every single day. So I urge you to do this. It's the most tricky part of all this is remembering.
Yeah.
There's really nothing to do except to remember, and remembering can be challenging.
I do this every day. I do it every day. That's how important it is. I want my family to be healthy. I want my family to be prosperous. I want my family to be blessed. I want my family to do well. And me. I do these every day. So it cleans the etheric reality. It cleans away the negative, cleans away the pain, cleans away the trouble. If you do it, that's what you get. New, sparkling and new. Yeah. Instantly, naturally, just like that. Yeah.
And what I found when I have been in a place emotionally that is challenging, and I watched the TV show, the one that I was on in September 2013. I was playing it while I was at work. What had happened is I had shared the fact that you were coming, Howard, and I have copies of the prayers that I give out to the clients that I develop a rapport with, and so because I share it with other people, I'm constantly remembering and I'm reminding myself. And even
Yes.
3 years later, because it was 3 years ago that I started the journey, 3 years later, now there's a whole new level of awareness of my experience, at 3 years out. It takes time to absorb it and to feel it, and in sharing it with others, that's the gift. I tell people all the time what you said, it's like you take a shower.
Yep.
You gotta take a shower.
Yep.
Let me ask a quick question, Eva. Do we need everyone to stand at the mic when they talk? Yeah, I thought so.
Oh,
So
sorry.
just, I didn't want to interrupt you, but there you go. Thank you.
Okay. So let's speak to, what is your name?
Sure.
Chuck, come up to the mic, Chuck.
Thank you.
Now, Chuck has been sitting in here in this room for, what, 30 minutes or so, 40 minutes, and he's been around a lot of this kind of stuff happening. What's been the effect of this on you so far? What do you notice?
I feel comfortable
Comfortable.
Wow.
and relaxed.
And relaxed. Uh-huh. Have you had a lot of pain in your body?
Oh, for about a year and a half, I have had neck pain. It averages about a 7 all
Yeah.
the time.
Yeah.
It was diagnosed as cervical dystonia.
Yeah.
I've been to several neurologists and an orthopedic surgeon, all kinds of folks, about 10 different doctors in the last year and a half. Even tried acupuncture and chiropractic and that. And about the only thing that's worked so far is meditation.
Could you be closer to the mic, please? I'm not sure from the floor director, but
Okay.
my guess is you need to be closer. Thank you.
About the only thing that's worked so far is meditation. But it's changed my voice. It's changed everything about me. It's just really been pretty devastating.
Mm-hmm. Are there pains anywhere else in your body?
I think as a result of the pain in my neck, I mean, it radiates. I get the gentleman who was talking earlier about the racing heart. I get that at night. I get a lot of anxiety, not knowing how I'm going to feel
Yeah.
in an hour.
Yeah. And also not knowing what's causing all this.
Yeah, oh, yeah, yeah,
That creates a lot of anxiety.
yeah. It's
Not
a mess.
understanding why
Yeah.
you feel this way, you know?
Yeah, and none of the doctors says we don't know why this happened.
Yeah. So you're standing there now. How do you feel after being in here for a few minutes? You hadn't been worked on or anything, but you've heard a few prayers and you've been around this energy. How do you feel now?
Well, I feel comfortable with that. I have to say, coming in here, I didn't know what to think.
What to expect?
Yeah, and I feel comfortable because it fits my. I pray every day, all day, and I meditate all the time. That's my relief, and I've been doing that for 30 plus years. And the prayers have been really significant over the last year and a half. I have a hard time praying for myself, though.
And now, didn't you tell me that you were concerned you wouldn't be able to sit still for even the
Oh,
hour
yeah.
of the show?
Yeah.
And you got here, God bless you, you got here really early.
Yes.
So you've been actually in this studio for an hour and a half from the time you arrived.
Yeah.
And you're still feeling comfortable.
Yeah,
So that's already a miracle.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So these things that we experience, these problems, they come from certain things. So we're going to give you one little thing, and this has to do with you. You see, you have your mind here and your heart here. And we're going to do something for you for your mind and heart right now, okay?
Okay.
Here we go. How's that feeling?
I'm just in that comfort mode. I'm just accepting.
How does your neck feel now?
It's stiff, very stiff.
How's your body feel?
I've been here for, like you said, an hour and a half. My limit is about an hour, and so something's happening.
Okay. Now, have you been married before?
Oh yeah,
You married now?
yes.
Okay. Now, this is for you. Let's check this out. First, we're going to do something with you and your family. This is before you were married, just you and your family, okay? What are we feeling?
I don't know.
Move your neck around now a little.
It's getting easier going to my left.
Getting easier to move your neck around.
Yeah.
That was just your family. You see, we're here and your family surrounds you. That's the first group of people that surround you, you know. It's the first line of defense or offense, you might say, is your family. They're the closest people to you, so they affect you the most. Now, here's number 2. How's that feel?
About the same.
But your neck is feeling a little better.
Yes. Yeah.
What about your body? What do you notice about the heaviness or the lightness of your body?
It's shaky.
Shaky.
Yeah.
Is it kind of like a lot of energy?
I'm not sure if it's energy or just shaky. I wasn't shaky, but it is shaky.
It's kind of shaky.
Yeah.
Well, you're being worked on now.
Yeah.
That might make you a little
A
shaky.
little.
Yeah. Here, we try this. How's that feeling?
You know, I got a smile on my face.
And one more time. What do we notice now?
Well, I'm not getting the sharp pain that I was getting in my neck.
Not getting sharp pain now.
Yeah.
That's better.
Yeah, yeah.
That's better.
I have no complaints.
Good. Your body feel a little lighter now?
You know, it's still, it's just shaky. So I don't know what in the hell
Yeah.
that is. So.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you know, your molecules, so your molecules are transforming is what's happening in your body. They're shifting
That's good.
according to how you're being changed internally. Yeah,
Thank you, sir.
thank you. Okay, we can continue later.
Just to let you know, we have 10 minutes
Okay,
left to the show,
thank you.
so
Thank you.
that means we have.
How's your body feel as you were walking?
Doesn't feel right.
Doesn't feel like it used to.
No.
It feels kind of lighter and you can move better now? Right. Very good.
I have to get used to the way to walk.
To be able to move like that. That's right. That's good. All right, now what would you like to do now, Susan?
Well, I know that Kat is in a lot of pain.
All right,
No,
Kat,
she's in a
where's
lot
your
of pain.
pain? What happened,
If
honey?
you'd come to the mic. Thank you, honey.
I'll have to. There we go.
Thanks.
Okay, in January, I fell at work and broke my wrist.
Mm.
The first doctor I saw, the orthopedic, he said that I was healing okay, everything was fine. Took my cast 3 weeks off, 3 weeks early.
Honey, if you could
Oh.
put your mouth, yeah.
Okay, can you hear me
About
now?
4 inches away.
Okay. He sent me back to work, said I was okay. My hand was still swelling. My wrist was still hurting. So I got a second opinion. Second doctor said, well, guess what? No, you're not healing fine. And if we don't do surgery, you'll never be able to use your hand again. And we did surgery. My hand was still bent. My wrist was. My fingers, I could move them, just not very well. We just had surgery again on March 4th. My hand is able to move it, but when he was doing the surgery, the new doctor, he accidentally broke the ulna bone. And so now my fingers are straight, but my hand is, my wrist is still a little, I can move it a little bit, not much. So we're hoping that one day my hand will be able to work again, I can fully use it.
Yes.
But right now, I can't, and I'm still in pain.
Okay, now how are you related to Ross?
He's my stepdad.
Oh, okay. Now, how old are you?
I'm 40.
40 years old.
I know I look good.
You do. You're young. You look like you're 20.
I'm fine with that.
You'll take it, won't you? So, do you have to keep your hand in that sling?
Only when I'm out. When I'm home, no.
Okay, why don't you take it out of the sling so we can see what happens to your hand?
This is the sling I have on. This is an actual splint.
Okay. Do you have to keep it in the splint?
Honey, come over to
Yes.
the mic.
Yes.
You have to keep it in the splint.
Yes, sir.
If you take it out of the splint, what happens?
It hurts.
It hurts. Uh-huh.
And when I'm using the splint, it helps with the pain and makes me feel a lot more comfortable.
Uh-huh. Okay. So this is in the wrist?
Yes, sir.
Okay. How do you feel right now?
Right now, since I've been here, the pain's slowly going away.
Pain slowly going away.
And that has never happened to me.
That's never happened. Well, it's very interesting because, you know, matter responds to thought, you know, so we're utilizing thought to affect matter, which is your body, you know. And your body is kind of a protoplasm. It's like silicon. It's like liquid crystal, you might say, like liquid sand, your whole body. So memory is stored in the body, and so we're going to clean you a little bit, just very quickly.
Okay.
We're going to see if we can do it very quickly. Okay? You ready?
Yes.
What's this? What are you noticing? What do you notice?
Not a lot of pain, and my hand feels lighter.
Yeah, why don't you take that sling off now?
I think we have about 6 minutes left. of the
Okay.
show.
Okay. Susan, this is an extraordinary show.
With an extraordinary guest.
Thank you. How does your hand feel now?
It feels weird.
Is it hurting anymore?
Not really.
Okay, now watch this. Hold on 1 second. What are you noticing?
It's still in no pain.
No pain on your hand now.
A little bit, but not to where it's like excruciating.
Okay, where's the pain?
Mostly in my fingers.
In the fingers. Do you have any brothers?
Yes.
I thought so. How you feel now?
Okay.
How's your hand feel now?
All right.
How's your fingers feel now?
Eh.
Do you forgive your brothers?
It depends on the day.
Do you have brothers and stepbrothers?
Yes, I do.
Do you forgive all of them?
Yeah.
Can you?
Yes.
You do?
Yes.
Forever?
I guess so.
Are you glad to do it?
Yeah.
How does that feel to do that?
Good.
You ask them to forgive you?
Yes, because I know I can be annoying.
So you ask them to forgive you?
Yes.
And you ask that you all forgive yourselves?
Yes.
And you ask that you all love each other
Yes.
and love yourselves?
Yes.
Always?
Yes.
Please and thank you?
Yes.
Thank you?
Yes.
How's your fingers feel now?
Good.
Can you move them now?
Wow.
Look at that. You can move
Wow.
your fingers now. Is there any
Wow.
pain? There's no pain.
Wow.
How about that, everybody? You like that?
Incredible. Incredible.
How do you like that, love?
Good.
Good. That's what we needed to address to help you with your wrist and your hand and your fingers, okay?
Thank you.
Okay, God bless you. Thank you.
So maybe what we should do.
Yeah. Oh,
Because we
cleanse
have
the whole
about
room.
2 minutes. And while I'm speaking and thanking everyone, you'll be working on everybody.
Okay, we're gonna cleanse the whole
So
room.
Howard will be working on all of you until the end of the show, which is a few minutes away. And then I'm just going to ask Eva how much more time we actually have.
Yeah, so everybody that was in here received everything that was done to whoever on this at this time. So it's all in you and it's helping you. And I'm going to be cleansing you right now. And everybody watching this will receive the same thing, the benefit of the whole show. Go ahead and talk.
So I want to thank every single one of you for coming. I want to thank each of you who's watching all around the world. Please be sure to share this website with your friends. It's Susan Allan 2001 on YouTube, and that's Allan. You can see now 6 shows that Howard has done with us. You will be able, as Christine said today, you'll be able to look at these shows and you can experience while you're watching these shows, this feeling of bliss comes into you. And I can tell you because it happens for me. I don't have bad days anymore. If I have a difficult half hour, that's a lot, immediately go to YouTube and I watch one of these shows just to watch Howard. Don't watch me, watch this Howard part. Write down exactly at what moment in the 58.5 minutes Howard is doing the healing. Watch that. And he will be at Center of the Heart tonight. He will be in Ojai tomorrow. And since this is not a live show, I'm not going to give you the specifics. HowardWills.com. You want to have sessions with Howard. You absolutely don't want to miss it. And thank you. And now I'm going to close my eyes too, and I'm going to get the full experience. And thank you so much. It's time for an evolution revolution. Why don't we become the solution?